Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Friday, the 31st of July. All right, now just to start with the our daily market insight. I've just made a few updates here, and to match my shirt, I've got a bit of colour into the page. Now, just on the face of it, the market driver. Well, we've got a slight risk-off day. That's what the negative, sort of slight negative sentiment in the US equities. But I tell you what, that isn't flowing through into the currencies. If anything, it's just adding to that slight dollar weakness, and we are starting to see a nice continuation of the recent trends. All right, so just understand that the connection with the equity markets and the currencies right now, to me, is pretty null and void. All right, now let's just have a look what's going on. Now, this is where you'll see a bit of color. Now, what I was trying to do here is just add a bit of a note, a footnote to actually what is actually happening behind the scenes. Of course, you can see market direction. Dollar yen is going down, but what should you be looking for? Now, what I've got a legend down here which shows you. So dollar yen's already broken down. There's no level. So what you should be doing is looking for an opportunity to sell on the next rally, right? That's the way this works. And likewise, the euro's already broken higher. Now, if you didn't get into that trade above 118, well, that's bad luck. That was probably the cleanest trade I've seen in a number of months. So if you have missed it, the only thing you can do now is wait for a buy of a dip. But I tell you what, it's up at 118.80. It's gone. It's heading towards 120 already. Aussie and Kiwi, well, they're still a little bit lackluster, right? Those economies are struggling, and they're not really reacting like the euro and sterling in particular. So keep an eye on those. Buy on a dip situation there. But sterling, well, I tell you what, it's about to break higher again. Okay, through 131. I think it's actually may have already done that whilst I was setting all this up. So keep an eye on there. And that's pretty much it. Dollar CAD is the sort of the odd one out here that, is just back in the range, uncertain to where that next move is, right? So this is the way I've set up the trade with the market. So you can actually sort of work out now exactly which way you should be following these trends. Obviously, red goes with red, blue with blue, and you can work it out from there. Now, and this is the current trade in play. Okay, I should say this is the best trade that I've seen, or the best setup I've seen for some time. Now, euro, buy a break above 118. And why am I sort of saying that? Well, if I just bring you across to the charts, you won't sort of necessarily see it here just in the euro. Now, I know euro has been having these little stumbles, okay, through these short-term support lines. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in this side. What I am interested in is a break above this resistance line. And why? Well, it's quite simple. This is why you need to look at your charts on a couple of different time zones. Looking at the hourlies, it doesn't look like much, right? It's breaking high. Yeah, that's great. But you can see here on the daily chart, okay, it's broken through 1, sort of 2, 3 levels. Now, that alone isn't enough to sort of get me excited. But if I just give you the daily chart and drop it down, you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? You look at euro above 118, right? There is no levels up here, right? You got these highs over here. Yeah, they may add some congestion of big round numbers like 120 the figure, but a break of 118 really clears this up to head up towards anywhere, 125. If we see further weakness in that US economy, which I expect with the shutdowns and lots of stuff, I think we could see euro very easily up here. No one's long euro at this point, and we've seen a lot of short positions taken out. So that's what I'm looking at there. It's one of those really good opportunities. So just bear that in mind as you go forward. So now outside of that, well, you know what? There are a few opportunities. You'll have to come back to these other pairs here to see what's going on. But let me just come back to those charts and give you a look at the rest of them. Let's have a look. Okay, so as I said, like Aussie is already left the building. Okay, you're looking for a dip. Now, this is how your charts would have looked this morning had you come back and had a look. Now, there was the Kiwi was breaking down, so I wasn't really interested in the Kiwi. If anything, it was a potential reversal there. But now it's kicked into gear. I'll be more confident now buying Kiwi on a dip. So the same with dollar yen. It was just trading sideways. Oops, I've just messed that one up. I've just taken the whole trend line across. With this dollar yen, it is now Now we've got that new high. Once again, the market will be very comfortable to sell rallies back up towards that trend line and towards that cloud. Makes room for a nice sell on a rally. Euro, well, you're just adjusting that support line. We've broken through that previous resistance line, so you can see exactly where it is. If anything, on sterling, right, I'm just sort of getting that secondary sort of support trend line, but it's already broken through. Actually, that was down to 130.84, right? So it's left the building there as well. And when you look at dollar CAD, it had a bit of a trend reversal yesterday, but all it's done is it's just popped back into the recent range. Okay, so we've got new lows down here. It's now discombobulating and just going to sort of churn and burn there. Just keep an eye on oil. I think oil was the catalyst there. You can see how oil dropped a couple of bucks, and that was enough to get dollar CAD shooting back to the top side. So keep an eye on that. But to me, there's not much interest in dollar CAD. The pairs, well, euro is the main one. It was the best trade, and you should still be in that trade if you got long. Buy a break of sterling here. That's probably got another 100 points on the top side. Aussie and Kiwi, well, up here, they're a bit lackluster, but I do like the idea of buying dips at this point. So anyway, I don't think we'll probably see that opportunity unless we see, something give the dollar a bit of a kick in the belly. And that's pretty much it, guys. Not a lot to it. If you, well, not much else to it, I should say. As I said, there's a bit there. That euro was such a nice, clean opportunity. I know quite a few traders got on board. Well done. Give yourselves a pat in the back for putting the order on. It's one thing sort of getting the heads up. It's the next thing to actually put the order on and let it happen. I mean, this is sort of almost back to normal market conditions. That's why I'm pretty stoked. It's actually been so long since we had such a nice, clean trade. All right, guys, if you get any feedback, by all means, just jump online there and just tell us what you think. I mean, I think the idea of the colors here, I know they're a bit Pascal-y, but the idea is to give you a little bit more insight into just, which way the currency's going. And hopefully that is working out for you. All right, guys, have a good trade day and a good weekend. Cheerio.